Om Shanti, English Avyakt versions, 2 July 1970. Headline: Experimenting with the Power of Silence. Experimenting with the power of silence. Do you consider yourselves to be embodiments of love and power? Do you know what the task of the Shaktis is? What two main virtues of the Shaktis are praised? What do people especially show in your memorials? What is the main speciality in the image of the Shaktis? You yourself are Shaktis, and yet you do not know your own specialities. The specialities of the Shaktis are that they are images that destroy something just as much as they are images of love. The eyes of the Shaktis are always an embodiment of love, but to the extent that they are an image of love, so they are also fearsome to the same extent. The Shaktis, can make anyone an embodiment of love in a second, and they can even destroy something in a second. So, do you see both virtues in yourself in the same way? Are both virtues in a visible form, or are they incognito? The form of love is visible, whereas the form of power is incognito. So, when will you reveal that fearsome form? Do you know what special slogan Baba give nowadays? Not at some time, but now. We once say at some time. Brave, courageous Shakti say now. Just as you yourselves are imperishable in the same way, it is impossible for you to be caught by Maya and be destroyed. It is impossible for those who are imperishable to be swept along in the waves of Maya. It is impossible for those who remain in the imperishable stage to become subservient to any form of Maya. Just as you would say that that is impossible for Bapdada, how can others bow down to those who are themselves subservient? You are the one who make the entire world bow down in front of you, are you not? Not a single thought or word of the Shaktis who are lioness can go to waste. They do whatever they say because thoughts are the invaluable treasures of life. They do not have any difference between their thoughts and their deeds. Just as you do not waste your physical treasures in the same way, Shiv Shaktis, who two virtues are visible in their image, do not waste even a single thought. They experience benefit for the self and for others in their every thought. They can bring benefit to anyone in 1 second with just one thought. This is why the Shaktis are known as benefactor. Just as Bhavdada is the benefactor, in the same way the children are also very well known as benefactors. Now you have to look at your account of how many thoughts were successful and how many thoughts were unsuccessful in so many seconds. Nowadays, scientists have progressed so much that even while sitting somewhere, they can bring about destruction through their weapons in a second. In the same way, is the power of silence of the Shaktis not able to work in a second, no matter where they may be sitting. There should be no need for you to go anywhere or for anyone to come to you. You can bring souls in front of you by attracting them with your pure thoughts. There is no need for you to go somewhere physically and make effort. Now you will also see such an impact. Just as you were told by the corporeal form to shoot an arrow in such a way that the bird comes to you together with the arrow. So this will now happen through your willpower. Which light spreads the furthest? That of a lighthouse. So you now have to become a lighthouse and a searchlight. You must not be an ordinary bulb. Only those who can search themselves can become a searchlight. The more you can search yourself, to that extent you will become a searchlight. If you are not able to search yourself, you will not be able to become a searchlight. That time has now come. You must not just be powerful, but you must now have willpower and white power. Willpower and white power, that is, your vision and attitude should be on an unlimited level. So, what will you now add? You have power, but you now need willpower and white power. In what form is Bapdada seeing all of you today? Stars of hope. At present, you are stars of hope, and later you will become stars of success. So, Bapdada is seeing the present and also the future forms. Success is the garland around your neck. Can you see the garland of success around your neck? What decoration do you have at the confluence age? The garland of success is around the neck of each of you, according to your capacity and your worthiness. So Bapdada is seeing the decoration of the children. Children who are decorated are very much liked. What thought does Bapdada have now? Can you catch what Bapdada is going to say to you? Nowadays, Baba comes to enable you to do the drill of the intellect. You now have to be revealed on the field of service. It is no longer the time to remain incognito. The more you are revealed, the more you will glorify Bapdada. Are you becoming rulers of the globe by touring around the unlimited? What would you call someone who remains seated in one place? Those who stabilize themselves in one place and continue to do service from there and do not tour around the unlimited will receive an individual kingdom in the future. Baba is also cooperative with everyone. Those who forge a relationship with every soul of the world and are cooperative with them all will become a king of the world. Just as Bapdada has love for the whole world and is cooperative with everyone, children have to follow the father in the same way. Only then can they claim a right to the status of world emperor. The calculation of what you receive is balanced against what you give. Now you have to make a promise and especially reveal yourself. You must not make others famous, but you have to reveal the Father. When the Father is revealed, he will then become famous. You have kept the aim of claiming the right to the world. Have you not? You now have to make this intense effort. What is the very easy way to have unlimited disinterest in this old world? A few gave their ideas. Those of you who said something obviously said it considering it to be easy. Did you not? If it is easy, then you have easily become those who have unlimited disinterest. If you cannot apply this to yourself, how can you apply it to others? People speak of unlimited disinterest. Where do those who have disinterest live? Baba is giving you a very easy yukti. If you wish to have unlimited disinterest constantly, consider yourselves to be a residents of Madhuban. However, you must not just see Madhuban by itself. Madhuban is always shown with Madhusudan, Lord Krishna. So when you remember Madhuban, you also remember Bapdada, the divine family, renunciation, tapasya and service. Madhuban is also the land of tapasya. Madhuban enables you to renounce everything in a second. Here you have become those who have unlimited disinterest. So Madhuban is that which makes you into a renunciate who has disinterest. Only when you have unlimited disinterest can you do service of the unlimited. You should not have attachment anywhere, let alone attachment to be. Let alone attachment to others. You must not have attachment to yourself either. Today, Bap and Dada were having a heart-to-heart conversation with each other. Today, from the subtle reason, Bap Dada saw a scene in the early hours of the morning. Bap Dada was seeing to what extent each child is tied in bondage, to what extent the bondage of each one is broken, and to what extent it is not broken. Some have a bondage tied with a very thick rope, whereas the bondage of others is less. Some even have a bondage of weak thread. Bap Dada saw a scene of which one has had a bondage tied by weak thread and which one had a bondage tied by thick rope. Some have a bondage tied by a thin rope, but nevertheless, it would still be said to be a bondage. There is one or another type of weak or strong thread. Even a bondage of weak thread would still be called a bondage. It is just that they will not take long to break the bondage, whereas those who have a bondage tied by thick rope will longer time and also need to make greater effort. So Abdada was seeing this scene from the subtle reason. All of you know yourselves anyway as to whether you have a bondage of thick rope or thin rope, whether it is a weak thread or a strong one, whether you are in bondage or whether you are free. The meaning of freedom is clear. Nevertheless, Babdada is happy because you still perform wonders. However, Babdada now wishes to see you go even beyond that. The more you have Babdada's name on your lips, to that extent there will be your name on everyone's lips. Madhuban is the land of transformation. So, what do you have to transform before you go? You understand this, do you not? Acha. To experience yourself to be images that grant visions. Why do people go in front of idols? In order to have the desire of their mind fulfilled. Have you become such images that grant visions that you are able to fulfill any type of desires? Have you become such images that grant visions that you are able to fulfill any type of desire that any soul has? Not temporary desire, but are you able to fulfill their desires for all time? Mothers are said to be Kamdhenu, cow that fulfills all desires. Are they not? Kamdhenu means one who fulfills everyone's desire. Only those whose every desire is fulfilled will be able to fulfill the desires of others. Always have the aim that you have to become an image that fulfills everyone's desires. Those who fulfill the desires of others would themselves be ignorant of the knowledge of desires. You have to have such practice by becoming an embodiment of attainment. You will be able to enable others to have attainment. So always consider yourself to be a bestower, that is a great donor. After someone becomes a great Jnani soul, that one would carry out the activity of being a great donor. A great Jnani soul is recognized by becoming a great donor. You like walking around, do you not? Those who have the habit of walking continue to go walking. So it is the same here. The more you tour around, the more you will be able to take others on a tour through their intellect's yoga. Others will have visions through you, just as by coming in front of the Sakar form, each one would have visions according to his or her own devotional love. In the same way, through all of you too, second by second, others should have an experience or a vision. You will become an image that grants visions and an image that people want to have a glimpse of when they see your avyakt form. Those who come in front of you should not be able to see your body, but they should only see the form of light in the subtle reason, not just the light on the forehead, but they will have visions of light through the whole body. When they see nothing but light, they themselves will also become the light, become the form of light. Om Shanti.